Welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets, in the first ever vertical tasting. I've never done a vertical tasting / review on here, so I thought I would do it with these very special beers. The beer for today is gonna be the Cigar City Either and Or. It's a collaboration series they're doing. They're making 4 beers total, Either Or and then Neither Nor. Either Or here was released not too long ago, and later Neither Nor will come. It's a collab between the Cigar City Brewing Company, then the Farmstead Brewery from Vermont, and the Grassroots Brewing Company in Denmark. Grassroots Brewing Company is actually like a contract brewery from the Farmstead, because the head brewer there was actually a head brewer here in Denmark. They're black IPAs on 11.2% alcohol, so it's like a double black IPA, you could say, or imperial, or whatever. And they should be really good. The special thing about it is that the first 2 here are brewed at Cigar City in Florida with the brewmaster from Farmstead, and the other 2 are going to be brewed in Vermont and Denmark with the brewmaster from Cigar City, which is quite cool. As I said, both are black IPAs, and they are brewed with all of the series should be brewed with. It says here. I will just read this aloud. It describes it very well. A high gravity black ale brewed with Thai honey, copious amounts of hops and aged on toasted Spanish cedar, which sounds really interesting. They are quite keen on brewing with brewing beer and aging them on cedar wood, Spanish cedar. This is just toasted Spanish cedar, and here it says the recipe was conceived by Cigar City Brewing and brewed in collaboration with our friends at Grassroots Brewing in Denmark and Farmstead Brewing in Vermont. Either try this beer or try this beer. This recipe was conceived by, and then just the same thing, which is quite cool. Okay, so we got both beers poured here, and the colors you can see is just exactly the same. Both are pitch black beers. You do not get any light coming through them at all, and just when you pop the caps in both, you can just smell the aroma instantly. So let's dig in. First off with the Either here. Well, it's got like a strawberry quality to it, I think. That must be because of the toasted cedar. Some woodiness, the deeply roasted malt. Definitely, the citra hops really shine through in this one. You get a lot of the slightly citrusy, grapefruity aroma from the citra hops. So maybe some peach in there as well. Wow, it smells really big and complex. Like I get notes of the wood, the roast, and then I like a strawberry / vanilla note, which is quite unique. Yeah, that's and it smells fairly balanced between hops and roast. Actually, it doesn't smell like a hop bomb. Well, let's check out the Or here. Oh yeah, that's different. This smells way more of the citra, and it doesn't have that strawberry vanilla note. A lot of grapefruity, fresh squeezed hoppy juices. Definitely smell the citra hops in this one. Not much wood really. You do get a slight resiny quality. I'm guessing it's either from the hops or the cedar. But both beers smell really great double IPA. Double black IPAs or black IPAs. Well, let's start out and check out the Either. Wow, that is just so super balanced. Nice and creamy mouthfeel. A medium to, I'd say a medium body. You do not taste the 11.2% alcohol at all. It's not there at all. This isn't as hoppy as the aroma indicated. You do get a slight amount of citrus. There's like a vanilla-y sweetness. It isn't really strawberry here in the taste here. And then you get the roasted malt, the woodiness, especially in the aftertaste, the woodiness from the cedar, which is quite a unique taste. It's fairly hard to describe because I've never had a beer aged on cedar wood, which is really nice actually. As for the bitterness, it's actually not that bitter. It kind of tastes more mellowed out, even though I know they're fresh bottles, so It should be any problem with the freshness of the hops. It does have that slightly vanilla character. When it lingers a little bit on your palate, you do get a slight amount of that alcohol, just faint amount. I think that strawberry note I get a little again now, but more in the way of a dark fruitiness, which is actually really nice. It's a very unique black IPA. I can't say I've had a black IPA like this. Just watch my palate here, and the roast actually kind of still lingers from the either. It's very much more roasted, but let's check out the taste of the ore. Yeah, much more hops in this one. Way more. It's way more hoppy than the. It doesn't seem as balanced as the either. You definitely get some of that grapefruity, hoppy notes, some citrus. Quite piney as well, actually, in the flavor here. The body's basically the same. It's very creamy, smooth, and medium body, creamy mouthfeel. Bodies on them are exactly the same, which is crazy that they've managed to make that. One difference is the head, but that's maybe because of this glass, I don't know. But the flavors in here, especially in the beginning, there's a lot more hops. It's the citrus and the pine I notice it most, but then also like a pine resin. There's like a resinous note in here, more so than in the either, and that may be because there's more hoppy flavors in here, and the slightly resiny taste maybe from the cedar wood, combined with the resiny taste of the hops, gives a more resinous taste compared to the either. Some woodiness, slight smoke actually in the aftertaste. Licorice as well. A good amount of roast, especially the roast really lingers. As well, this isn't super bitter. I expected them to be quite bitter since they're black IPAs, but the bitterness is very, very subtle actually. And then the hop flavor is very big, which is actually quite nice. Because I imagine some people wouldn't like the bitterness on this. On beers like really hoppy beers, and they would like this because the bitterness doesn't really linger for that long. And also get a little of a coffee note in here. That's both really good beers, and you don't taste the alcohol in this either, but I'm gonna let them warm up a little, and I'm gonna get back to you with my final thoughts. So guys, I'm back with the Cigar City Either and Cigar City Ore. I've been sipping a little on these and had them warm up, both of them. Sipping quite slowly because it is two 11.2% beers, which is a lot of alcohol for a beer. As they warm up, I mean, the character of the either still keeps the heavy roast, the light. It's still fairly hoppy still, but not as hoppy as the ore. And also as it warms up, that strawberry note I talked about really isn't there really anymore. I think it was my palate that got confused with that and the dark fruitiness of the beer along with the honey, because I taste more of the honey in both beers now that they've warmed up a little, which is very nice. It's an extreme honey taste, but it's definitely there. Both are really great beers, definitely worth checking out. For the price, I think they're worth the price. They were 60 kronas each, which is $10 a bottle, and that's just Danish pricings for such a rare collab beer. Rating wise, I'm gonna go 92 for the ore and 90 for the either. Both are really great black IPAs, but I prefer the ore since it has more of a hoppy quality to it, and it doesn't have that like almost strawberry note. That it kind of feels like the strawberry note, which turned into the honey, was more dominant in this and didn't pair as well with the rest of the beer as in here. I feel the ore is more balanced. But both are really, really great beers. Definitely worth checking out if you get Cigar City beers or Farmstead. What was it? I mix up the name all the time. Hill Farmstead beers or Grassroots beers. They should be available in those countries. I'm 100% sure it's available in Florida and Denmark. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think of the brews if you've had them. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna do a dual cheers now. Cheers! And I'll see you guys in another beer review.